When we think of ancient Greece, so many of its numerous contributions come to mind. Think, for instance, of medicine, mathematics, geometry, architecture, sculpture, philosophy, or even the Olympics. But among all these achievements, two really stand out as truly revolutionary. Two ideas being so powerful, they changed the course of human history: the invention of democracy and the art of representing beauty. Hi, I'm Bruno, a passionate traveler and history buff exploring Europe's most fascinating places. I'm not a professional historian, but I love digging into the history behind landmarks and events. Here I share my personal take on key moments in European history, shaped by the places I visited and the questions I keep asking along the way. Let's start with democracy. In the 5th century BC in Athens, something really astonishing and unprecedented happened. The Greeks didn't just govern, they invented an entirely new concept of government: democracy. The word democracy comes from the Greek demos, meaning people, and kratos, meaning power or rule. Put together, democracy means rule by the people. Now let's pause and think about this. Today, for most of us, democracy seems obvious. Many of us live in a world where democracy is part of the societies we live in. And if that is not the case, democracy may be part of our natural aspirations. But back then in ancient Greece, it had simply never existed. The mere idea that ordinary citizens could shape laws and policies was simply unthinkable. It took such brilliant minds and so much imagination to come up with such an innovative idea. Let's remember, in the ancient world, empires like Persia or city-states like Athens were ruled by kings or the aristocracy. And then, all of a sudden, Athens offered its citizens the right to speak, the right to vote, and the right to govern. Unbelievable. Yes, Greek democracy was still flawed, especially by today's standards. For instance, women, slaves, and foreigners were excluded. But the principle was revolutionary, and the idea was born. Yet democracy was not a given. It was a political experiment that would then lie dormant for many centuries, before resurfacing in modern revolutions, like in the United States or in France by the end of the 18th century. But it all started with the ancient Greeks daring to imagine something new, something unprecedented, something different. Now let's talk about art. Before the Greeks, monumental structures like the pyramids of Egypt or the temples of Mesopotamia did, of course, exist, but they were rather functional. They were basically designed to honor the local king or the pharaoh through their sheer size and scale. These monuments were built to impress and to symbolize the power of the local ruler, but not necessarily to delight the eye. Then, all of a sudden, ancient Greeks reimagined all forms of art. For them, architecture and sculpture weren't just about being functional, they were about beauty. Greek temples weren't just grand, they were perfectly designed, not only with mathematical precision, but also with subtle optical illusions to please the eye. Greek sculptors didn't carve stone to honor a ruler. They studied the human body, capturing ideal forms with stunning grace. Their goal wasn't just to impress, it was to elevate, to express the essence of beauty. Ancient Greeks had basically invented the art of representing beauty itself through fantasy, harmony, balance, and proportions. Greek art revealed a new philosophy of aesthetics: that beauty could be understood, could be represented, and, more importantly, could be perfected. The Romans deeply admired Greek art, especially sculpture, and went to great lengths to copy Greek masterpieces. They believed Greek art represented the highest standard of beauty and saw no need to reinvent what already existed in near perfect form. Many Roman elites commissioned detailed replicas of Greek originals for their villas and public spaces, because over the centuries, countless original Greek statues were lost to time or war. Thanks to the Romans' obsession with Greek beauty, many of these works survive today in the form of Roman copies, giving us a vital window into the artistic achievements of ancient Greece that would have otherwise vanished. Greek art would, a few centuries later, again inspire the greatest Renaissance masters like Michelangelo. So, the Greeks gave us much: medicine, mathematics, geometry, logic, stories. But two gifts shine especially bright: the bold idea that people could speak their minds and govern themselves, and the belief that beauty itself should not only be represented, but also perfected. Two legacies that didn't just shape the ancient world, they shaped today's world. Because some ideas are so powerful, so ahead of their time, that they never really die. They last across centuries. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel and please like the video. It really helps me keep creating more content like this. Please also feel free to share ideas in the comments below, and if there's any particular topic in history you'd like me to explore in a future video, let me know. I'm always open to new ideas and suggestions. Thanks again, and see you in the next one.